As at the very earliest December.
So like the first competition that's coming
Well,
up, is it
our recital's December 17th. That's the first thing. But some of them have December deadlines. You don't need to do all of them, of course, but like if you wanted to do one, the earliest deadlines are around December.
But that's not when the actual competition is, that's just like the registration for that?
You have to look through it, I don't remember. Everyone's different. Some of them have a video audition, some of them have a live audition. So sometimes if it's video, it's usually due the same time. If it's in person, sometimes you just submit it later, you know, because you're gonna, like, you submit the application, you do the audition later, I mean. So it just depends.
Okay.
Okay? All right, let's see. Let's start at section 3 again. You can play the right.
So
yeah.
it's like the.
Yeah, and you can play that with the right hand, okay?
Yes. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it was the right
So
section.
you're in the right section. I think you should probably not use pedal until we talk about how to use it.
Okay.
Because right now you're just. This sounds like soup.
Okay.
So no pedal for now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. You need to know when to stop, okay?
Okay.
It's not bad. Yeah, good rhythms and notes are good. You just need to do 2 things. One, you need to hold notes for as long as they say to. You're gonna have some of them run in simultaneously. This is a long note. That's a dotted quarter note. You see? The other thing is balancing. See how soft I play those other ones?
Is it still with the right hand?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm just showing you that they're 2 different voices. You play it like this though. You see? When we put this all together, you have 3 things happening. You have the chords. You have the bass line and the melody. You see the sound difference? So with the right hand alone, the difference in those 2 tones are really important. You want to try it again?
Yes. I feel like there's no like
There's no what?
I'm either playing it too loud or too soft. Like
Go
it's
for
either
too soft right now, okay?
Okay.
Too soft is better. But you can't let go of that E. So you need to understand that the E is an 8th note. So that's holding until there. and this E is the 8th note, so it's holding until there. So you're holding the E, and then you add the chord. You play E, you hold the chord. But I'm holding that down while I'm playing those chords. It's not like this. It's that. You see? Right. Exactly, yeah. Can you do that again?
Yes.
I think you should use the 2 that it says that I reminded you of last time. Yeah, I'm starting to lose it there. The way I phrase is I go to the long notes. You see? So each one is starting a little bit less and it's kind of growing to the long note point. You want to try that again?
Yes.
That C should not have played like that. That one should be as soft as what those B flats and Ds were. Grow to the long note. Right, this is better. That's better. One more time. No, you didn't go to the long note. Well, that's not really this isn't the long note. That's the long note. And grow to here. Good. That wasn't the first one was perfect, Arushi. The second one not as good.
Okay.
Try one more time, you. Yeah, good, that's better. I don't think we talked about this, but most piano music is not piano. Most piano music's orchestral or a choral.
Mm.
What is this one?
Orchestral.
No. No. It's singing. It's choral. Here's your accompaniment. Like imagine a singer and a pianist. Here's the pianist. Here's your singer. It's a song, but without words. Duh, right? It's a song. Do you ever hear Schubert songs? His leader? No? Here. Schubert wrote like some of the most perfect songs ever. I have no idea which one this is. It doesn't even say the exact song. And even if it did, it's in German and my German is not good. This is essentially what we're playing. It's German.
Oh.
It's a German song.
So it's like voice with piano accompaniment.
Exactly. That's what you're doing. Your melody in the right hand is him, and then everything else is that person. But this is the idea.
Oh.
But Schubert wrote hundreds and hundreds of songs. Like this YouTube video right here is an hour and 10 minutes worth of songs, and it doesn't even cover nearly the extent of it. This is a very popular song. You know this one or not?
I've probably heard it, but no, I don't think I've ever like played it.
No, you wouldn't have played it unless you played it with the singer. You get the idea, right? So this is basically what you're doing with this piece, which is why it's so important to distinguish this from imagination of what this actually is?
Yes.
Or you knew this the whole time and I'm wasting my time yapping?
I mean, I think I knew that, but it like, I didn't know that it was originally a choral song.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
This is not originally, not at all. No, what I meant by that is the writing style.
Mm-hmm.
The writing style is, especially for this time period, is mostly like idiomatic sounding, like a choir piece, or sounds like a vocalist, or it sounds like an orchestra piece. Like if you play like your Haydn, didn't we talk about that being like a string trio?
Yeah.
Like that's a violin part, but then you have the viola, and you have the cello, right? So that's what that is. But this one is very like vocal in the right hand melody, and accompanimental in the other part. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. Show me the left hand for section 4.
Section 4.
Where do you know?
So section 3 is like,
Mm-hmm.
and then, is that section 4?
You know this. You're supposed to know. I don't know anything. Sounds like you might know section 3 right now to me.
Okay.
Now it sounds like you're playing the right thing.
Okay.
So wait, can you start from the beginning of it?
Did I go past section 4?
Yeah, way past it. I just want to see how far you were going to go before you stopped.
Oh, okay.
Arushi, you gotta remember the beginnings and ends. Okay? Even more so because you need checkpoints. If you were playing this in a master class, let's say, you need to be able to start anywhere in the music. If the teacher wants to practice with you on something. And he's like, okay, let's start it right here, section 6. You might not even have the music. You know, he's like, okay, can we start from there? You're like, oh, yeah, sure. Can you start from that measure? This is in the middle of nothing. You see? Like, you have to be able to start anywhere in the music with or without music in front of you.
Okay.
So, as a starting, you know, the very beginning of it, you have to at least know the beginning and end of each section. When you practice section 4, you should be starting right at the beginning of it. And then stopping right at the end of it. And you practice only what's contained within that section hundreds of times until you've got it down.
Okay. That's what I wasn't doing.
Yeah, I'm sure, you just keep going.
And
Yeah.
then if I mess up, I start back at the.
Right, but like, that's too much. How could you possibly, like, it's a miracle you were able to do this assignment practicing like that. You wasted probably so much time going way further than you needed to. It's kind of like, I remember when I was a kid in band class, all the kids got really annoyed when the conductor like stopped. Everyone was like, no, let us keep playing, we want to keep going further. But he wanted to fix and work on one specific thing. You know, and all the kids didn't care. They just wanted to keep playing anyway, because they didn't care what they were doing. They just wanted to shoot their horn and keep making noise, right? And so it's the same thing here. It's like you can't, if you just keep going and going and going, you're not actually going to be able to fix anything. You just have to practice what's contained in the section only, okay? That's the only reason you can't do this right now. All right?
Okay.
Every other kid can do it. You can do it too.
Practice it in sections.
Practice, yes, yeah, old news, right? The way you play it is fine, it's just that you need to make sure that the second one is lighter. 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 Don't accent it, you don't want you see? So it's less, 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 less. Okay? Can you do that?
Oh, no.
Less, less, and by contrast, then you can put slightly more stress on the first one. Less, 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 less. Because the rhythm kind of leans on that. You kind of have a syncopation to it. Do you know what that word means?
Yeah, like you accent the short beats and
The weak beats.
the weak beats.
Yeah, that's right. So that's kind of what we're doing. 1, E and A. 2, E and A. Can you do that?
Sorry.
Yeah, there's also one slur in the left hand that you're missing. The last two.
Okay, so I only
You
have
know
to play
it's-
it twice, right?
What do you mean? You have to play it for 3 beats.
For 3 beats.
2 plus 1 equals 3. Yeah?
Mhm.
So don't play it twice. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Then play. No, A.
Oh,
And then word to B. Yeah, you need
I
4.
know.
You need 4 there. 4. Right. Yeah, exactly. So you gotta swear that. Okay?
Mhm.
Make sense? Good. How about section 5, right hand?
Section 5.
I'm going in order. I'm being really nice.
Well,
I could go, how about 9 with the left hand? How about 4 with the right? I could do that, you know? I'm going one at a time.
Is that before or after?
That was section 4 that you just played.
Oh, so.
Okay. That's the beginning. No pedal for now, Arushi. Now isn't this pretty much the same, almost exactly, just different middle chords? What happens here is you have the same melody but different chords. So 3 is, and then you have this. And then now it's the same thing but different harmonies. C minor. That's different again, right? That's a little bit more different. So first time is just A flat, A flat, E flat, A flat. Second time is C minor, E flat, A flat. So it's just a different harmonies basically, but same melody. Because of this, it sounds a little darker than the first time. A little bit. Not a crazy amount, but it's just enough, it's striking enough that the audience was like, oh, that's refreshing, a little bit different. But the same principle, same practice applies. Hold, go to the long note, bless, crescendo, to the long note, here. You see? You want to try again? Good. You're just not leading to your long note well, that's all. You see? the long note. Do you, Arushi, do you sing in school at all?
No, in like 4th and 5th grade I was in chorus, but not after that.
One of the, and all my students roll their eyes when I say this, but if you sing along while you practice, only in the seat.
Okay, that's my dad. Like not a musical person, right? But he says that because like he thinks it'll help, and I just keep. I don't know.
That's actually right, which is surprising since he doesn't play music at all. But here's the thing: singing is the most natural way of producing music, and more even so in this piece, you are the singer in the right hand anyway. So the fingers naturally cannot make it sound lyrical. They just can't. They can be manipulated in a way that can be sounding, lyrical, but we have to control that here. And what better way than to express it fully and then have our fingers kind of follow along. There's this really well-known concert pianist that I used to study with back when I was in New York, and I swear, like, no matter what you played, you could have played like this where you barely know hands separate and just know some memorized hands separate. You could have it polished and have recorded it for a CD album. It doesn't matter what stage of learning you're at. You sat down, you played for him, and he's gonna ask, "Do you sing while we practice?" And then he sits down at the piano and he sings while he plays things, and everything just comes out instinctually.
And it works?
Yes. He plays so amazingly. But it's instinctual. And our fingers are not natural enough in producing music to instinctually do things. Our voice is. So the idea is that you can really follow your voice when you're trying to sing through this. That's why I'm singing along as I do it, because it kind of guides me in instructing you on what to do. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say our school's chorus teacher said on the announcements that anyone that's been playing for piano for more than 5 years to come down for an opportunity. So I went, and she said you could be like the background pianist of our chorus. So I was like, sure, that would be fun. But then she said, but you have to be able to sing. Like you have to be willing to sing with your playing. And then I said,
sing and accompany at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know.
She has no idea what she's asking for. Then that's a lot to ask for somebody to do. It's hard enough when you're taking private piano lessons, you're not usually used to playing with a lot of other people. You're especially not used to playing in a big ensemble. So it's already difficult for kids to do that. So she is asking you to do that and sing at the same time?
So I said I can't sing.
I think, Arushi, you dodged a bullet, probably.
That might have been.
You probably dodged a bullet on that. But, it's good to do things like that, but that's an insane demand to have you sing at the same time. Do you know who's doing it instead?
Probably someone that's just learning piano then, because I don't know anyone that's both in chorus and orchestra.
Yeah.
I mean that plays piano and is in chorus. So
that's okay. Ugh, that's horrible. Anyway, okay, so let's hop back into this. Can you play section 6 right hand?
It's the one right after we just put there.
No pedal, my friend. Okay, hang on for a second here. Is the melody go like this? Or is it, which one? Is C in the melody? Or is it not in the melody?
Not in the melody.
Not, you made it a part of the melody. You added an extra note. It's part of the chord. You see? So that's the first thing. Second thing, this melody has to be slurred. You see? Can you try to do those two things? Yeah, and make the D stand out. You're like holding every note that you play. Do you know which ones you need to hold and which ones you don't? Or
Yeah,
so you're just slurring the melody, that's all. Yeah. Right, you're just slurring those notes. You don't
But
hold
I
every
have to,
single
like-
thing down. You can go a little slower, you know, too. No, we can't go like this. We're done for already. Why don't you take the music so you know what? Start on D. Well, you can't play D and E at the same time. D goes to E. Can you sing more than one tone at a time?
No.
D, right? You gotta switch. D,
Oh, wait.
D, F, G, F, E, D, A. Right, but then you start to lose your slur a little bit. See? You wanna try? But I hear more than two notes at a time. Go slow. No, I heard D and E. Good. 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 That wasn't slurred. E flat to D has to be slurred.
Oh,
Yeah, you hear it? You hear the crunch? You hear the crunch?
do I like, or is it two different fingers?
Two different fingers. Here, it pretty much fits. You have 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3. It's the same fingering every time.
So how do,
And your thumb plays the bottom note. Yeah. Like you don't slur this, you just slur the 3 to the 2. Yeah, but wait. You need thumb here. If you do 2, then you can't slur the top line. You did this. Now what? You can't fit. Thumb. And now you can continue slurring the top. You see? Prioritize the melody line. But you're still using the second finger when I just said use your thumb. Go slower. Start here again. this. So you're starting at the bottom. More. So it's you see? So you have to do quite a building here too.
So if I'm playing like the right hand and then some of these bottom notes, there's just like no sound from the key, should I count that as a mistake and stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want 0, you just want like 2%. Is that too much to ask for?
No, I was just trying to figure out how I can like.
If it's 3%, you stop. Too much. 1% not enough. 2. Now start to grow a little bit.
See, like that.
This is only the B flat once, too. Do that again. Make sure that one's more. Finish crescendo. Right, exactly. Okay? Make sense? This is hard, huh?
Yeah. I think I can do it though.
Can you imagine like learning this before you met me? You would probably play the hands together by now already. But it would have
Yeah,
sounded like this. Probably.
Because I tried playing it hands together even though he told me not to.
Of course you did, yeah. And
It didn't sound like, it didn't have all the details in it.
right, exactly. Yeah, here's the thing, like, you know Avi, right? Yeah, so like at this point with him, he's been suffering through this for a while. You know, I still make him do the hands separate occasionally. But,
Occasionally.
yeah, occasionally, because he's
But
at
not
that
every
point
time.
now where he can do it pretty much on his own. And when he comes in with hands together, he already has the details in place. So he was able to do the whole process on his own, basically.
So like you tell him to memorize, so like
It
for homework.
depends. It just
Okay.
depends. Yeah, it depends. But it didn't start out that way. Like, he didn't have that freedom at first. And sometimes, you know, he plays it horribly and I revoke it and I make him go through this again. But he started out this way too, where he had to do hands separate in sections pretty much. And you know, work through it one at a time like this until it was really good, and then he could play hands together on it. But because precisely for that reason, the second you do hands together right now, and when it's not in place, you lose every detail that you've worked so hard on. You know, so.
So like there will come a point where I don't have to do hands separate. If I like ever get it.
I practice hands separate.
Oh, okay.
When I was working on my piece, I practice hands separate. So no, you're always gonna have to practice. Am I gonna make you do it this strictly? Like forever? I don't know, that's up to you. We only have 1.5 years together or so.
Right.
So I don't know. Ideally, yeah, that would be great. But I'm not sure. I think you need this for a while.
Do people like, if they go to college somewhere close, do they not come back to take piano? Like,
Not usually. No, I always say my door's open, and you know I always
they never
invite
come
them.
back?
No, I haven't had any students yet that started with me and then graduated yet.
Oh.
My closest to that is that I started with him as a little child. He's in like 8th grade now. So he was like 4 when I met him, but now he's in 8th grade.
Oh,
So he's,
okay.
you know, but other than that, every older student's like you, where he came midway, or most of the way. I always have the door open, but no, I think when you're in college, you're a little bit busy with that.
Because I've heard that there's more time, like, to do, you don't have as many classes, and you definitely have to study, but, like, you can, I don't know, I feel like I wouldn't want to just give up piano.
You shouldn't. I mean, sometimes you take a break from it for a few years, or it's just something you do occasionally. I've had plenty of students that come back after college, not of mine, but like, you know, I have adult students, for example, who played when they were younger, you know, and they just want to get back to it. So, yeah, but I think you kind of fill your time up there pretty easily.
I wouldn't know, I haven't been there.
Yeah, no, you'll see. Okay, last but not least, play the same section, section 6, but with the left hand pulse. Okay. Considerably faster than you play the other part. You see? Composing. You don't know this measure. Where are you? Okay. What? F and B flat.
B flat?
Yeah. It's flat then natural.
Did I just learn it wrong?
I think you learned it wrong, yeah. So it's B flat. Okay? So you're gonna want to look that over. Something else I wanted to say. I don't think I wrote it down. Oh yeah. So make sure you're still leaning on the second note rather than the third. Always the second one getting slightly more emphasis. Yeah, I don't hear from you there. Strong, weak. Yeah, it's strong. keep going ahead. Unfortunately, we're not ready for hands together on these sections yet. Sorry.
It's okay.
As you said, those details aren't staying in. Even when you have the music in front of you, we're not 100% on them either. So we need to get those totally perfect.
So what if it's not perfect by the recital?
It will be perfect. Okay? It will be. And it's not going to be perfect for the recital. It's going to be perfect well before the recital. Like in another 2 weeks or so. Because we need to get this hands together. You're not going to go on the stage and play hands separate like this, right?
But I'm not gonna have the music.
You're not going to have the music.
Not even like just in case.
Do you want to be the only person that has the music, just in case?
No.
I'll have the music. Mr. A doesn't have time. He can't teach 40 hours a week and then practice enough to memorize. So we're gonna try to add as many more sections as you can, okay? So you're gonna fix details in purple. If you just practice the freaking sections, you're gonna learn this like 3 times faster, okay? I'm serious, like you just need to focus on like 4 measures at a time and actually get it down. And if you do that, then it's gonna be so much easier for you.
Okay.
You keep like going like all the way past. What are you working on at that point? You're just playing, like you're just wasting time, okay? I really think you're making, the only reason this is a big thing is because you're not practicing it efficiently, okay?
Okay.
So that's what you've got to really focus on. One sec. So you're going to fix those details, and I'm going to write in all capitals, practice in sections, okay? And stop when you get to the end of it. Know where the beginnings and ends are, and then add more, okay? You can do it. You just need to do it properly, okay?
Thank you.
You must be too busy. You don't have time to wait.